Hey, beautiful people. I pray that you guys are blessed and highly favored. Welcome back to my channel. I am in my room because the kids are downstairs. It's a Sunday evening. And hey, I didn't want to gather them upstairs and do all that jazz. So I am in my room. I do like the scenery, even though I like to be turned this way, but this way is preferable. If you don't know, my name is Kenesha Brickran. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my page. Welcome back to my platform. God bless you guys. For the new subscribers, thank you so much. You help my channel by sharing. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can start gaining some money because your girl needs some money. Okay? But if you don't know, I've been on YouTube for a long time. I've been on YouTube, I think, since 2016. And I will be speaking and doing videos regardless if I'm getting paid, because there's a pulling and there's a calling for me to speak, especially to my ladies. Now, if you have not yet joined the competition, please join by 1, making sure you're a subscriber, 2, commenting competition, 3, sharing to 10 of your friends, screenshot it and share it to the WhatsApp group below this video. Okay, my second book will be released by God's grace in February, and whoever wins will get access to, they'll be getting both my second book. I'll be doing a teaching and a devotional session for my second book, which stems from my first book, access to that for free. So make sure you join the competition. Today's a touchy subject, and I do feel the need to share and to go in depth about my abortion journey in hopes that it will help you and anyone who comes across this video or anyone who needs this video, share it to them. If you don't know my story, I started looking for love around the age of 13. I did feel like there was a void in me and I needed that men attention, men affirmation, and just I needed something from the male figure. And I found myself really searching for love at the age of 13. I became sexual by 14, was exposed to porn around that age by a tenant that my mom rented one of her rooms to. And from there, my life kind of spiraled out of control. Now, one thing that I've realized is that even though I went to sex education in school, I somehow, my childlike mind did not connect that having sex equal baby. Even if you are protected, you can find stories where people were on birth control, they were using protection, and they still fell pregnant. And so for me, sexual activity equal pregnancy. Now, my baby mind at the time did not understood that. And so by the age of 16, met my first daughter's dad. And I fell for this guy, really fell for this guy. And in the beginning, we were absolutely good. But by the time we got to the end or middle, things went left. He was hitting me, he was beating me, he was choking me. And I'm not saying I'm an angel, I would fight back. But still, I was still a young girl, right? In a situation that was abusive, that I didn't understand was abusive. I seen this type of behavior in my mother's relationship. And so this was normal. Dysfunction was normal for me, okay? And so I fell pregnant at the age of 17, not knowing I was pregnant. I dropped out of high school 3 times. I didn't know I was pregnant. I was working from early in the morning, so getting to work around 7, 8, and leaving work around 1 in the morning because I had 2 jobs for the same boss. So my boss had he had an ice cream factory and he had a Papa's Deli, or what they call a deli. Yeah, so it's like a restaurant. So I will leave from the ice cream factory, go over to the deli and do the deli, serve at the deli until after 12. And I was still in this relationship, even though he was cheating. Women were calling me. So women were calling me, disrespecting me. And I do believe, even though at that time I'm 16 going 17, I was a child. Like, my mindset was childish. My behavior was childish. And honestly, I do not feel like I came out of that childish mentality until around the age of 25. Okay. And so I felt pregnant, and I didn't even know I was pregnant. I thought I was sick. I went to work one day. I used to love tasting the new ice cream, and they had a new flavor, mango flavor. Now I'm an island girl. Anything mango, I'm going for it. So they had a new mango flavor, and I didn't even have the spoon in my mouth for a good second, and that thing was coming out. My pregnancy, the baby just did not take to that flavor. And I tried to run for the bathroom and I didn't even make it. I end up vomiting on the ice cream factory floor. Now, I thought I had a bug, ended up arguing all the way to the hospital with my so-called boyfriend. Now, if you have not watched my videos on things I wish I knew in my 20s and early teens, get over there, because I do have a lot to say about boyfriends. Okay. And some people might say, oh, Kat, is from your negative past experience, but whatever. I just feel like there's a time for everything. And as a young minded child, maybe you're not realizing it because your mindset is so young. Boyfriend just ain't doing it. Okay. But go and watch that video after finishing this video, of course. So we end up arguing, and I would never forget this argument. I just took all my money because I didn't know anything about money. So I'm working, but I'm just spending my money. Once my rent is paid, everything else go to what I want, clothes. And I just bought this new phone that came out, and it's like, in America, it's like a game console, but you flip it. Yeah. And I was absolutely in love with this phone. And this guy is arguing with me. He has the other version, the older version of that phone. He's arguing with me for the phone to message his new thing. Okay, like, these are the kind of childish things I found myself in. Okay, and so we argue all the way there. I find out that I'm pregnant, and can you imagine? Like, pregnancy didn't even cross my mind. I'm in an abusive, childish relationship. This guy is hitting me, fighting me, choking me. Girls are calling me, arguing with me. I'm a high school dropout. Like, a baby. Anyways, I end up calling my twin, telling my twin that I'm pregnant. Like, so much was going on, and I can talk about it today like this, but at the time, my life was a mess. Like, I just got kicked out of my boyfriend's parents' house because I was living there. I was homeless on the street. I wasn't taking care of my body, was just giving this body to this useless guy. And now I'm pregnant in a box room. How am I going to do this? I don't have a good relationship with my mom. I don't know my dad. Like, I'm in America with no family member. Like, what is going on? Told my twin called my mom and told my mom she's pregnant. My mom was okay. Then she's like, no, it's not me. It's actually Ken. And my mom's like, I knew it. My mom ended up sending for me, and I ended up in the United Kingdom. Now, I was 17. Okay. I literally, when I found out I was pregnant, I was 17, like a few days away from 18. Okay, few days away from turning 18. I ended up having my daughter when I was 18 years old. And the cycle just continues. Like, I ran from the Cayman Islands to America. Think I'm running from drama. Ran from America to the UK, and guess what? The drama follows. And I found out it was never the Cayman Islands. It was never America. It was Kanisha. Kanisha needed some mindset check. She needed some heart soul change. She needed a heart soul transfer. Okay? I needed a transplant. I needed a new mind. I needed a new heart. I needed a new spirit. And I just didn't know it. I thought it was the places, but it was me. So I came here, had my daughter. Within 3 months, I found out I'm pregnant. Again. I was pregnant again, guys. At 18, I was pregnant again. And clearly, it didn't clock. It still didn't clock that sex equal baby, right? And first of all, I'm having sex. But anyways, I was with my second baby daddy. This guy was a slick guy, white, blue eyes, blonde hair, army guy, spending money, buying my daughter's clothes. Remember, I have no income. Okay, I didn't know anything about government help, any of that. He's buying me clothes, buying me groceries, just doing the most. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's taking care of me. You know? He's helping me. Ended up moving out. He moves in. And the drama starts. Girls calling my phone. He's cheating. I must say he was not physically abusive, but he was mentally and emotionally abusive and energy draining. Because when women are calling you, you're pregnant and you have a baby, I don't need that. And I end up being told about having an abortion. Now, obviously, I don't really understand what an abortion is. I knew of abortion because while I was in high school on the Cayman Islands, a close friend of mine fell pregnant and she got rid of the baby. And I don't know, that did something to me. And I made a vow to myself, that young teenager, knowing that her friend had an abortion, that I would never do that. Now, being pregnant for the second time with a second man was never something that I imagined for myself. I watched my mom do it. I despised my mom for doing it. I hated the lifestyle that my mom lived and the lifestyle that we had to endure. And so I thought that could never be me. I will never have so much baby daddies. That ain't me. And here I am, second pregnancy, second baby daddy, being referred to have an abortion and being told about what an abortion is. And what I realized is that my 18-year-old mind and my 32-year-old mind thinks differently. Who can understand that an abortion is removing a life from growing? It is murder. It is killing. That baby has a soul, and there I was, became my abortion appointment, going to the abortion clinic and sitting there absolutely clueless, crying, sad, frustrated, unsure. And I remember my midwife saying to me, what are the pros and cons? The pros or cons are, one, I'm following in the footsteps of my mother. You know, I'm having another child with someone who's clearly not committed to me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a child. I'm a baby. I'm immature. I'm dysfunctional, right? And the shame that comes with, oh, you have two baby daddies, true Jamaican. Huh? And then I have the shame of the world and what they're going to say. And then I have, what can I live with? Can I live with knowing that I could have had a baby, but I chose to because of what other people would think or say, or because of the struggles that I'm afraid of? Or am I going to take responsibility for my actions and just take the consequences that comes with it? And I realized I was that girl. I was that girl who would do the crap, but I was willing to face the consequences of my action. And I would take what comes with it. And I decided to keep my second child. And do you think that would be the end of the story? Until a few years later, I find myself in a similar relationship. Cheating ass boy, lying ass boy, deceiving ass boy. And for the first time in my life, I had to look at myself and say, Ken, we can keep blaming these people, but what is it about you that keeps attracting these kind of people, or keep allowing these kind of people into your life, into your space, into your mouth? Why do you keep doing this to yourself, baby? And again, I'm at the abortion clinic with my third pregnancy, third baby daddy. And here's the funny thing. You know who brought me to the abortion clinic? My ex. So not the father of this child, the father of the other child, who didn't want me to have, he had his own relationship, by the way, but he didn't want me having a baby for someone else. And me, gullible, silly, immature, still haven't grown up, still haven't, you know, leave the foolishness behind. I didn't enter the room, guys. I didn't. I left. Because that vow that teenager vowed in her heart and her mind was so embedded in me. And my midwife came to mind. What are the pros and cons? And again, I had to face the world and what they think. Or can I live with the choices that I'm about to make? And I chose. I thank God for my stubbornness. I was stubborn. I still am. I chose me. I would rather have this child and sleep well than have the abortion, so the world can see me as, oh, she only did it once, when really, I did it 3 times. Oh, she only messed up. No, I messed up 3 times. But out of my mess came my angels. And what I realized with my children, if you read my book, Suicidal Life, is that having them forced me to grow up. And when I had my third child, 4-month-old, still being physically abused by the dad, cheated on, lied to, taken disadvantage of, right? I realized becoming suicidal, anxious, depressed, that it was me. It's always been Ken that has brought these things on out of ignorance. I didn't know better, but I chose to do better. I wanted to know and I wanted to do. And by giving my life to God, I had to, by His Spirit, be obedient and discipline myself. And out of not having these abortions came my deliverance from a mindset and a lifestyle that seemed right but was wrong. It was what I knew, but it wasn't for me. And out of giving my life to God and really surrendering, not just, oh, save me, but I need you now and forever, because I've tried it all. And what I've tried is not working. Help. And out of submitting my life to God, I saw my life just absolutely turn around. within a year of not having sex. So I decided I ain't giving my body to nobody unless he's my husband, okay? And out of making that decision and giving my life to God, renewing my mind by listening to sermons, renewing my mind by reading God's word, by prayer, by being counseled and getting the therapy and the help I needed, a new being came forth, a new Ken. And I am in love with this Ken. She's beautiful. She's amazing. She's awesome. She's the shot, okay? She is the shot. And I love her. And I know this love comes from the Spirit of God. And I know that because God loved me so much, He's shown me what love looks like. He loved me, my mess and my flaws and my silliness. And He loved me so good that when I look at me, I see God in all His essence and all His glory and all His praise, because out of my drama came peace, came love, came marriage, came purpose, came truth. What living truly looks like, where there's peace. And I'm not saying I have everything together. I have my issues, I have my problems, but I've never had peace like I have peace. And so I want you to know that if you were considering having an abortion, my 14-year-old, ironed my top today. She's turning 14 next month. She's 13. My 12-year-old helps me out every day. My 8-year-old, well, he's 9 now, hugs me every day. And when I look at these beautiful souls and I think about not having them in my life, there's no reason for me. And so in the moment of the dysfunction and the frustration and the scared, the fear, abortion might be the answer. But think about 10 years from now. Think about 15 years from now when your children are grown. My daughter is over me now. When your children are helping you, when you're looking at their faces. And to those who've already done it, I could never truly understand, but I can relate because I had a miscarriage, and they had to take out his body from my womb. And I remember the darkness, the sadness that I felt. And I know I've watched a few videos where people are like, I have no regrets. But for those who have the regrets, for those who know that something about what you did just didn't sit right with your heart, I pray that you will truly ask for forgiveness, and not just ask for forgiveness, act as though you are forgiving. And I pray that that healing will take place in your heart and in your mind, and that you'll be able to forgive you. Because I know if you ask and you pray for forgiveness from our Father, He is willing and just to forgive. And I pray you find the peace of repentance and the love of God to heal. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you're pregnant, considering abortion, I promise you, everything will work out for your good. Raising them can be difficult, but when they're older and they're taking care of you, there's no regret there. You have a choice to choose between the thoughts and the words of others? Or what are you going to lay down in bed and think about? Are you going to have regrets? Are you going to thank God that He gave you the courage to do what everyone told you not to do, which is to keep your child? God bless. Remember, liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel helps me grow. If you want to be in the competition, just follow the instructions, and God bless you guys.